What's up, guys? My name is Umair. I'm speaking from Boston, and today I'm leaving a video testimonial for Joe Troyer of digitaltriggers.io. Now, I'm a student, and when I first came across Joe, I did not know who he was, and like other students, I don't have too much money lying around, so I was very scared, skeptical, worried, and on the fence. So if you're on the fence like I was, watch this video. Maybe you learn something, and it might help you out. So what I did was I tried to do my homework. I went on digitaltriggers.io and I started watching a few videos, and already I was learning things that my previous SEO instructors had never taught before. They had alluded to it, but they never went into the detail like you'll see in Joe's training. So that's the biggest difference between him and other instructors. Whereas other instructors, they like to give you SEO basics that you can find off YouTube or Google or Moz anyways, and they skimp on the details for the higher advanced SEO concepts. I learned this is because they want you to pay thousands of dollars more just to unlock the higher advanced training. With Joe, this is not the case. So that's the main difference. He gives you everything. He does not hide information behind paywalls. Now, uh, you know, I was scared. I got in to his sales webinar, and so I asked him hundreds of questions, and he answered some. I just wanted him to put my fears to bed. So I was still skeptical. He answers my questions, but I was still scared. I mean, after all, it was a lot of money for me. And when I finally I held my breath and I paid and I got in, I was blown away. Week in, week out, his training went above and beyond. Nothing like I've ever experienced with any other SEO instructors before. Now, what he likes to do is over the shoulder training, which is amazing because you not only does he tell you what to do, but he shows you how to do it. And then not only that, he goes a step further in his execution roadmaps. He gives you links to his own personal resources that you can take advantage of and automate a lot of this stuff. So if you're just getting into SEO, he goes over super detailed the basics that you need. And if you were more intermediate like me, he goes over the advanced that I honestly I was missing those ideas. My previous instructors had only alluded to them, so he came in and he plugged those holes in my SEO learning, and it just blew my mind. I had to pinch myself. I couldn't believe it was true. It was too good to be true, and I'm telling you, it was the first time in my SEO career where I had a feeling of I was getting out more than I had put in, and it just made me a lifelong supporter of Joe, and it built that trust, and you really get to see how passionate he is and how much he cares about his audience. Honestly, the way he markets his products, it might be you might not understand who he really is, but once you get in, you really get to see who he is, and it's to the point where anytime I get an email from him, I open it up, and because I can trust him. He built that trust, and he really cares about his audience. I mean, his execution roadmaps. The last thing I'll say is he he preempts any situation where someone might get confused, and he gives you the answers. They're so super detailed. It's nothing like I've ever experienced with any other SEO training product out there. And the last thing I want to say is, um, very proud to admit that after watching his training, I was able to secure my first ever client in a small business local service niche. And it wasn't $1,000 contract like I would hope for, but it's definitely a start. And thanks to the confidence that I got from Joe's training, I was able to secure that client. And now I'm in talks with a second client in the same niche in a different city. Fingers crossed, I'll be able to secure that contract too. So honestly, if you're still undecided, you're on the fence, and you don't know who Joe is, I would suggest you first go to digitaltriggers.io, watch some of his videos, his YouTube videos, his free training, and you are already gonna get a lot of value out of them, like I did initially. But then come on the webinars, ask him some questions. He's really good at answering them, and honestly, none of the marketing, none of the webinars, the sales webinars will truly give you an idea of how much he really gives to you in his training, how much detail there is, how much attention to detail there is. And that is what made the difference. And that is why this is the first time I ever left a video testimonial for anybody, and it had to be Joe. So good luck to any SEOs out there, and look no further. Joe is your man.